Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Kansas Missing and Unsolved podcast. I'm your host, Rick Brugge, and joining me again, Derek Relaford. How's it going, Derek?
Pretty good, man. How you doing?
Not too bad, considering I only have half my teeth. I'm doing okay otherwise. I'm getting by.
Yeah, I have dental issues on my horizon. I have to have some stuff done, probably within the next year. Not looking forward to it financially.
Yeah, the remainder of my teeth will come out on July 8th. So,
So in Japan, I think it's Japan. They're doing clinical trials. They've figured out how to. I don't know how they do it, but they have their patients. They're regrowing teeth. So like they're pulling people's bad teeth as adults, and they're giving them some kind of treatment, and it's regrowing like healthy teeth. Uh,
really?
yeah, it's over in Japan.
Wow.
Uh, Here in America, you can get a large pepperoni pizza for $7 though at Little Caesars. Uh, that's what we're doing here, buddy. We're doing big things too. No, I was thinking about that, man. Like, teeth are so expensive. Like that is, and then plus, like, even I think it's really if you take good care of your teeth, brush, floss, all that stuff, or if you don't really pay attention to your teeth, I still think they have a shelf life. Like I know people that they took very good care of their teeth their whole lives, and then by the time they hit 50, it's like they're in your situation, like where it's like we're gonna pull all your teeth out because they're 50, and we're gonna put like some dentures in and stuff. So like it's just teeth don't last long, man. They got about 40, 50 years in them. So yeah, it's something we're all gonna have to face. Getting paying people an absurd amount of money to make our smiles look more presentable.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you. But yeah, I'll work towards dentures. I don't know, probably October, November after everything heals and swelling goes down and all that good stuff.
I saw that they got like another letter from Nancy Guthrie's kidnappers that basically said that she was deceased. And
Yeah, I saw that.
to me, like, why? First of all, I haven't really been following that case very much, but
Mhm.
to me, it seems like this kidnapper is like sending in like a BTK from the 70s amount of correspondence with like the different, like I'm just like they haven't been able to catch this person based on just like that's giving me like it's kind of scaring me how somebody's able to just mail or get pieces of physical paper to a bunch of organizations and keep the people of America in the loop of what's going on with this missing lady. So yeah, I'm just
Mhm.
like, you can't catch this person. Like you can't catch a that they have how many correspondents have they had? I don't know. It's just weird. That's a weird situation.
Yeah, it is. According to what I saw, it said that apparently they said she passed shortly after they took her, which
Yeah.
is weird.
Ellen Dotson's in the room. We got Christopher Unruh, Esther
Yep.
Unruh.
Yep.
Interesting, yeah, interesting situation, man. Pretty big case, but
Yeah.
to me, it's just like a lot of correspondence with the people that allegedly took her. It's just like, oh, man, like just sit around waiting for them to bring another letter because they're sending a ton of letters to you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, we got some cases to cover tonight, everybody. Please stay tuned, share the show out, tell a friend, and make sure when you see these flyers on Ricky's page, share them there. Makes a world of difference.
Yeah. All right. This is one that I just did today. Where is that burn fire? Okay. I think I forgot to pull that one back up. I had it and I took it down off my list for a second so I could put it in the right place. I forgot to hang on. Give me a minute. Whoops, this went flying by. There it is. There it is. So much going on today. Okay, this one is Atreus Weihauser. and his mom, Caprice Weihauser, missing from Olathe, Kansas since May 28th, 2026. Atreus is 7 months old, 1'6" tall, 20 pounds, brown hair, blue eyes. Caprice is 28'5'3", 105 pounds, brown hair with some red dye in it, and blue-green eyes. It's believed that Atreus is with his non-custodial mother, Caprice Weihauser. She may be driving an unknown red model Kia. Caprice and Atreus were last seen on May 28, 2026, near the 2100 block of East Arrowhead Drive in Olathe. Telephone contact was last made with Caprice on June 4, 2026. Concerns about Atreus and Caprice's welfare were brought to law enforcement's attention due to Caprice's potential inability to properly care for Atreus. Caprice was possibly last known to be in the St. Louis, Missouri area on June 4, 2026. She has ties to the Johnson County and St. Louis County areas. Again, Atreus is 7 months old, 1'6", 20 pounds, brown hair, blue eyes. Caprice is 28, 5'3", 105 pounds, brown hair with dyed red in it, and blue-green eyes. She does wear eyeglasses. She has tattoos of the Aries, the zodiac sign, a goat, and star sign on her left forearm. If you have any information regarding Atreus' disappearance, you know of his whereabouts or Caprice's whereabouts, please call the Olathe, Kansas Police Department at 913-782-0720 or the KBI at 785-296-4017. See what we can do to get them located and back to where they need to be. And that's just a crazy one.
Yeah. Pretty wild stuff, man.
Yeah. Brought this one back out because she's still missing, strangely enough. Carolyn Dole missing from Wichita, Kansas since December 2022. 67, would now be 71, 5'3", 200 pounds, brown hair, blue eyes. Don't have much more than that. If you have any information regarding Carolyn's disappearance, you know her whereabouts, please call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department investigators at 316-268-4407 or email the investigator at aowen@wichita.gov, or you can call 316-263-6011 or KBI at 785-296-4017. And so we need to get Carolyn located back to where she needs to be. It's been a few years. Hey, sweetheart, my younger daughter's in the comments. Hey, sweetheart, how are you doing? All right, this is Pedro De Leon. I found him on KBI looking for a different case, and you know what I thought? He's been missing for a little while. Let's do a flyer for him. Missing from Leavenworth, Kansas, November 2nd, 2022, so close to 4 years. 77 when he was missing. He's now 81, 5'7", 175 pounds, gray hair, brown eyes. Don't have any more than that, but if you have any information regarding Pedro's disappearance, you know of his whereabouts, please call the Leavenworth, Kansas Police Department at 913-682-4411 or KBI at 785-296-4017. And see if we can get Pedro located and back to where he needs to be. Queenie just jumped in. Hey, Queenie. This was James Daniel Hilliard. Missing from Independence, Kansas since May 25th, 2026. 39 years old. 6 foot tall, 115 to 126 pounds. Brown hair, brown eyes. He's not been heard from or seen by family or friends in several weeks. His last known location is unknown, however, he may have been last seen on CR 3900, approximately 6 miles south of Independence, Kansas. Again, he's 39, 6 foot tall, weighs between 115 and 126 pounds, has brown hair, brown eyes. Don't know what he was wearing at this time. I am seeing some information in the comments saying that there may be some mental health concerns involved as well. But if you have any information regarding Daniel's disappearance, you know his whereabouts, please call the Independence, Kansas Police Department at 620-332-1700 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 or your local law enforcement agency if you see him somewhere other than Independence, Kansas. Hey, Ryan, how you doing? Okay, sweetie. I know you're having a rough time, and I'm sorry. This
Fred
is
Fritz.
Fred. Yep, he's still missing. We covered him last week, but I wanted to cover him again because he is still missing. Missing is Fred Fritz Dieter. His name is Fred, but he goes by Fritz. Missing from Augusta, Kansas since June 13th, 2026. He's 77, 5'9", 185 pounds, gray hair, brown eyes. Last seen around Haverville and 100th and Augusta. He does have dementia. And he is 77 years old, 5'9", 185 pounds, gray hair, gray beard, and brown eyes. He's last known to be wearing a blue shirt, blue jeans, and a ball cap. If you have any information regarding Fred's disappearance, you know his whereabouts, please call the Butler County, Kansas Sheriff's Office at 316-320-1294 or the Augusta Department of Safety at 316-775-4500, extension 0, or the KBI at 785-296-4017, and see if we can get Fred located and back to where he needs to be. I'm told the far left-hand picture is kind of an older photo, and the two on the right half of the flyer are the more recent. So he looks more like the two photos on the far right. We'll probably remove the unbearded one, but I'm not sure yet. You never know. He could have shaved.
Right.
All right. If you haven't caught the show last week or earlier in this one, I was talking about how on June, I remember if it was the 4th, maybe? I don't remember. Had all my upper teeth pulled to get ready for my heart surgery. July 8th, the bottoms are coming out, and then after all the swelling and everything goes down, it's probably a couple months, I'll start looking into dentures and getting my heart surgery scheduled and stuff like that. So that's where I'm at. Doing good otherwise. Okay. Yeah, this one's Catherine Adam. Missing case from here in Salina that's been dragging on since 1993. Really crazy. I'm going to see if I think I have to change her age now. I want to double check on that real fast. I'm going to make sure I have accurate information here. Nope, still accurate. Okay. Catherine Adams, she was from here in Salina, Kansas since April 29th, 1993. She was 35 when she went missing. She now be 68, 5'4", 120 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. Last seen at 4:30 in the morning on April 29th, 93 at the Quick Shop convenience store in the 700 block on West Crawford Street in Salina, Kansas. The old version of the store, not the new version. She drove a white full-size Ford van with "She Has Legs" written on the sides in blue and white lettering. Her van turned up abandoned at 4:45 p.m. the day after she disappeared on the north side of Russell's Restaurant in the 600 block of West Point Boulevard. The restaurant was closed for remodeling at the time. The van was spattered with mud on the outside and blood-soaked on the inside. A large amount of blood was also found at the storage unit in West Salina, where Catherine loaded up her legs pantyhose inventory for the day to go stock the stores. But there was no sign of her in either place, and she's never been heard from again. Police speculate someone attacked Catherine when she went inside the storage unit. It appeared they interrupted her in the process of loading the merchandise in her van, leaving the door of the unit open. Catherine was separated from her husband at the time, and per an article that I had read in the Salina Journal, it stated that he was extensively questioned and cleared. And she did have a teenage daughter at the time who's now an adult. Her case does remain unsolved. The foul play is suspected, and they have actually upgraded her case to an unsolved homicide, as well as the missing persons case, based on the fact of the amount of blood that was found in the van and at the storage facility, citing that with that amount of blood loss, she couldn't survive the injuries. So if you have any information regarding Catherine Adams' disappearance, you know her whereabouts, please call the Salina, Kansas Police Department at 785-826-7210, or Crime Stoppers at 785-825-8477, or you can text SA Tips to Crimes 274637, or go to www.pd.salina.org and follow the Crime Stoppers link to submit a tip. Or you can call KBI at 785-296-4017 or 800-572-7463 and see if they can't help the investigators go in the right direction in her case to figure out where she's at. It's been a long time, since 1993.
Is it Adam or Adams?
It's Adam. No S.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm just asking AI if there's any kind of. I mean, I'm sure there's not, but I'm just kind of looking to see if there's any kind of updates.
It'd be kind of interesting if there were, because I sure haven't seen any.
Yeah, I doubt it. But
this is Lori Heimer. Unsolved homicide. Tomorrow will be the 10-year anniversary of her death.
Wow.
She was brutally stabbed in her rural Area, Kansas home on June 25th, 2016. She ran her business, Lori's Poodle Pads, from her home. Lori was a licensed breeder of miniature sized poodles and was licensed through the state of Kansas. The KBI was contacted to assist Saline County Sheriffs in the investigation. They responded with agents and their crime scene response team. During the investigation, 2 vehicles of interest were developed. Vehicle 1 was said to be an older flatbed pickup truck, possibly a Chevrolet, which is described as beat up, maroon in color, with a white front bumper, silver grille, and wide-style side mirrors. The driver is described as a man who was 50 years of age or older with salt and pepper hair. Vehicle 2 was an older-style small pickup truck, possibly a Chevy S10, with a two-tone paint job, dark blue on top and bottom with light blue in the middle, a silver back bumper, a newer blue tailgate that appeared to have minimal damage when compared to the body of the truck. The remainder of the vehicle is described as beat up and scratched up. There may have been 2 animal cages or crates in the back. The driver of this vehicle was described as a white male, approximately 40 years of age or older, with shoulder-length hair and wearing glasses. Investigators have said they'd like to locate these 2 vehicles. They would also like to speak to anyone that had any contact or an appointment with Lori at any time between June 20th and 25th, 2016. If you have any information regarding the homicide of Lori J. Heimer, please call the Saline County Sheriff's Office at 785-826-6500 or the KBI at 1-800-572-7463. There is a reward of $37,500 being offered for information that leads to the arrest and conviction of the person or persons responsible for Lori's murder. So let's see what we can do to help get investigators on the right track in her case and see if we can help bring somebody to justice.
10 years, you said, tomorrow?
10-year anniversary tomorrow.
Yikes.
As well as the 44th anniversary of my dad's passing.
Wow.
Same day, June 25th. Only he died in 1982. But yeah, same
Rest
day.
in peace.
Yeah.
Norm was pointing out earlier on his show that 4th of July is like 10 days away. It doesn't feel like the 4th of July is 10 days away, man.
10 days away, and my daughter's 20th birthday is 12 days away.
I think a lot of it for me is it seemed like it kind of took a while for it to warm up this summer. And then there's been a lot of, you guys got hit with a bunch of storms, but like a lot of those heavy storms have been hitting like northern Kansas. Like it's been pretty chilly here for the past few days. So it just doesn't really feel like summer. I haven't been like super hot,
Last 2 days, well, not today, but today started out cool, but then it got up to about 85. But yesterday, day before, it was like high 60s, 70s. It was nice. But yeah, we did get rocked with a pretty bad storm, but a little over a week ago. And it was packing 111 mile an hour winds, and I mean it busted up a lot of trees and limbs, and it's crazy. Knocked power out to a substantial part of town, and I lost power for about 5 minutes or so, but it came back on. But there was other people that didn't have power for like 3 to 5 days, so it was pretty crazy. Okay, this is Haley Davis, another one missing from here in Salina. Went missing on July 21st, 2023. 19 when she been missing, 21 now. 5'6" to 5'7", weighs between 190 and 200 pounds. Her hair was last known to be dyed bleach blonde, and she has blue eyes. She left with a male acquaintance to go to Wichita, Kansas. She was last active on social media and last heard from on July 21st, 2023. Wichita police say the investigation has led them to believe that Haley may be deceased. At the time of her disappearance, again, she was 19. She would now be 21. 5'6" to 5'7", weighs between 190 and 200 pounds. Her hair was last known to be dyed bleach blonde. She has blue eyes. And if you have any information regarding Haley's disappearance, or you know of her whereabouts or the location of her remains, please call Detective Owen at 316-268-4185, or you can email aowen@wichita.gov. To remain anonymous, you can call Crime Stoppers at 316-267-2111, or you can call the KBI at 785-296-4017, or 800-572-7463, or you can scan that Crime Stoppers QR code down there at the bottom, and it'll take you to a form on the website where you can submit your information that way as well. And see, again, if we can get investigators on the right track to help figure out where she's at and potentially bring somebody to justice. And the reason Wichita is on there as to the Salina is because Wichita has taken the lead on the investigation now. So any information needs to go to Wichita rather than the Salina Police Department. And I'm okay with that because they have more resources in Wichita to do, and more detectives to do, better investigations, I think. I don't think not knocking our police department, don't get me wrong, I support our police department, but I just don't think they have as many resources and as many detectives to devote to a case like this. I mean, we have several unsolved homicides and several missing persons cases here in town that have been going on for quite some time. And we've touched on a lot of them, but I mean, there's 4 missing person cases that are rather lengthy cases that I call the Big Four. That's Catherine Adam, Anthony Siniscali, Haley Davis, and one other. Alex Lewison, because they've all been missing for a number of years, and none have been found. And there's quite a few unsolved homicides. I'll take you on a tour of all that. So you've seen how many there are. Yeah, we're going to run some missing teens. This is Danielle King. I've recently done a few wires for her, and she's been missing from multiple locations. The last one before this one being Garden City. Now she's missing from Kansas City, Kansas, so from the west end of the state to the east end of the state. Missing since June 22nd, 2022, or 2026, excuse me. 16 years old, 5'5", 175 pounds, brown hair that has some purple underneath that is faded, and brown eyes. Don't have much more than that. Just know she's been missing from Kansas City for a couple of days now. We need to get her found. So if you have information regarding Danielle's disappearance, her whereabouts, please call the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department at 913-596-3000, or the KBI at 785-296-4017. And see if we can't get Danielle located and back to where she needs to be. Anna Lynn Tracy Mathis, missing from Leavenworth, Kansas since June 21st, 2026. She's 13, 5'4", 160 pounds. Her hair is black, dyed black and red, short, cut short, blue-gray eyes. She was last seen about 8:28 p.m. on the 21st. It's believed that Anna Lynn may have left the state. It's unknown which direction she may have went, but it is believed by her family that she may have left the state. And she's 13, 5'4", 160 pounds, short black and red hair and blue-gray eyes. Last seen wearing a black hoodie with highlighted white and red skulls on it, pajama pants that have beer mugs on them, and red Converse shoes. you have any information regarding Anna Lynn's disappearance, or you know her whereabouts, please call 911 immediately, or call the Leavenworth, Kansas Police Department at 913-682-4411, or the KBI is 785-296-4017, and see what we can do to get Anna Lynn located and back to where she needs to be. And Scott Messerschmidt jumped in from Emporia. How you doing, Scott? Thanks for jumping in. Everybody be sure you're sharing us everywhere so everybody knows we're here. And if you're on our YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video on YouTube. And this is Lexi Gish, another one that I've made a few flyers for here recently. Missing from Wichita, Kansas, is June 21st, 2026. She's 17, 5'3", 154 pounds, brown hair, green eyes. If you have any information regarding Lexi's disappearance, you know her whereabouts, please call 911 immediately, or call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-263-6011, or the KBI is 785-296-4017, and see what we can do to get Lexi located and back to where she needs to be. And this one is Polly Armstrong. Missing from Wichita, Kansas. It's May 29th, 2026. She's 16, 5'6", 135 pounds, blonde hair, blue eyes. Don't have much more than that. If you have any information regarding Polly's disappearance, you know her whereabouts, please call 911 immediately, or call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-263-6011, or the KBI at 785-296-4017, and see what we can do to get Polly located and back to where she needs to be. This one's Ariana Green. Missing from Wichita, Kansas. It's June 21st, 2026. She's 16, 5'8", 175 pounds, brown hair, hazel eyes. Her right nostril is pierced, and you can kind of see that in the photos there. If you have any information regarding Ariana's disappearance, you know her whereabouts, please call 911 immediately, or call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-263-6011, or the KBI is 785-296-4017, and see if we can't get Ariana located and back to where she needs to be.
Allison
Marks, missing from Andover, Kansas. Since June 16, 2026, she's 15, 4'11" to 5'2", weighs between 85 and 120 pounds. The reason for the influx is, and I even run into this with law enforcement Facebook pages, I'll get information from one source that'll say one thing, and another source says another thing. You don't know which one's right. So I just go with both and make it a range type thing. The height isn't too bad because that's only like a 3-inch swing, but the weight, it's a little bit big, but I went with it anyway. Anyway, she was last seen at 3 o'clock in the morning on June 16, 2026. Don't have much more information than that, but if you have any information where she might be, please call 911 immediately, or call the Andover Police Department at 316-733-5177, or email mshinert@andoverks.gov, or call the KBI at 785-296-4017, and see if we can get Allison located and back to where she needs to be. Must be summer. Yeah, must be summer. A lot of teams running.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, now we're going to go outside of Kansas a little bit here.
It always blows my mind when you have people that are, running when it's freezing outside. I'm just like, man.
This one is Suzanne Page, missing from Kansas City, Missouri since June 21st, 2026. She's 67, 5'5", 120 pounds, gray hair, blue eyes. She was last seen in the area of the 2300 block of Swope Parkway in Kansas City, Missouri. She has medical conditions requiring medications that she is without. And she's 67, 5'5", 120 pounds, gray hair, blue eyes. Last seen wearing a green floral dress and pink shoes. Her family is concerned about her well-being. If you have any information regarding Suzanne's disappearance, you know her whereabouts, please call 911 immediately or call the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department Missing Persons Unit at 816-234-5043 or the Missouri State Highway Patrol at 573-526-6178. And see if we can do to get Suzanne located and back to where she needs to be. Okay, this is William Keys. Missing from Kansas City, Missouri since May 29, 2026. 60 years old, 5'9", 160 pounds, gray hair, brown eyes. He's last seen around 2 o'clock in the afternoon on May 29th in the area of Cleaver 2 Boulevard and Paseo Boulevard. He's believed to be on foot. He's 60 years old, 5'9", 160 pounds, gray hair, brown eyes. Last known to be wearing a white shirt and blue pants. If you have any information regarding Williams' disappearance or you know of his whereabouts, please call 911 immediately or call the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department's Missing Persons Unit at 816-234-5043 or 816-234-5111 or Missouri State Highway Patrol at 573-526-6178 or 866-362-6422. And let's see if we can get William located and back to where he needs to be.
One second.
Okay.
All right. There you go.
Okay, Megan Latham. Missing from Potosi, I hope I said that right, Missouri since April 17, 2026. She's 39, 5'5", 175 pounds, dark brown, black hair, blue-green eyes. She also is she was last seen at 3 o'clock in the morning on April 17, 2026. Also frequents Iron County, Missouri. And she's 39, 5'5", 175 pounds, dark brown, black hair, and blue-green eyes. She has a large tattoo on the outside of her right arm. And you can see it up there in the picture on the far right-hand side up there. And she has a tattoo on her upper left chest. And you can see part of that in that picture down on the bottom right, down at the bottom there. If you have any information regarding Megan's disappearance, you know her whereabouts, please call the Washington County, Missouri Sheriff's Office at 573-438-5478 or 573-438-0040 or the Missouri State Highway Patrol at 573-526-6178 or 866-362-6422. See what we can do to get Megan located and back to where she needs to be. Alrighty. This is Jeremiah Demetrius Moneta. Missing from Ponca City, Oklahoma since January 17, 2025. 22 when he went missing, now 23. 5'9", 150 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. Haven't seen any updates on his cases. I haven't had a chance to really look, but if you want to, you can check him out and see if there's any updates on his case. Jeremiah Moneta, who recently moved to Ponca City, Oklahoma from Kansas City, Missouri. He went missing again January 15, 2023. His bank accounts have not been touched, and his apartment showed no signs of a disturbance. Jeremiah's cell phone was found in somebody else's possession, and his asthma inhaler that his family said he never leaves behind was found on a stranger's porch. Again, when he went missing, he was 22. He's now 23. 5'9", weighs 150 pounds, black hair, brown eyes, and he does have facial hair. He does have a Playboy Bunny tattoo on his shoulder blade. I'm not sure if it's on the right or the left. He was last seen wearing a Kansas City Chiefs hoodie, jeans, and work boots. I'm guessing that's the hoodie on the top right-hand picture there. If you have any information regarding Jeremiah's disappearance, you know his whereabouts, please call the Ponca City, Oklahoma Police Department at 580-767-0370 or call the anonymous tip line at 580-762-5100. Or you can text PCPD plus your message to crimes 274637 from your cell phone, or you can email your information to crimestoppers@pocketcityok.gov and see what we can do to get Jeremiah located and back to where he needs to be. Is anything new on his case?
I'm still looking at Catherine's. Do you know if this is true? I'm reading here that after her disappearance, that the stepdad, was it her dad or a stepdad that was questioned?
It was her husband that was questioned.
But I mean, but Catherine had a daughter. Was it like a direct?
Yeah.
Was it the question, the husband in question, was it his blood daughter or stepdaughter?
As far as I know, blood daughter.
Okay.
I'm
Do you know
sure,
if
I'm pretty sure it's blood daughter because I remember after she disappeared and everything, it went to court as far as custody or whatever, and she stated in court that she didn't want to live with him, and he stated in court that basically didn't want her to live with him because he wasn't able to take care of her the way she needed to be taken care of. So I believe she went into foster care for a time.
Well, that was going to be my question. It says after Catherine disappeared, her daughter went into the foster care system, and then her father's legal, tether to her was severed, basically because he didn't want her. Basically, is what it says.
Yeah.
But it wasn't saying, like, it said it potentially could be, like you said, like maybe he didn't feel. Just to me, I just thought that was odd. Like if I don't know if anything ever happened to my wife and I didn't have anything to do with it. Like, I just don't see why losing my kid would be like the obvious next step. Like, but I wasn't there. I don't know them. I just thought that was a little interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's an interesting case. It's a sad case all the way around. Even though they tore down the original quick shop building and rebuilt a whole brand new big one. When I drive by there, I still can't help but think about that case. There's just one that just hangs over this town. And sadly, I don't think it's ever going to get solved. I hope it does. I hope us continually putting it out there will get somebody to open up and talk. I mean, you're talking, what? Let me see. 33 years ago now.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I also asked AI, like, because there's 60 miles on the van, right? And it's covered in mud on the outside and the inside's covered in blood. So to me, that tells you that
the mud was on the lower portion. If you look at the picture of the van, you can see the mud along the bottom by the wheel, by the tires and everything. Yeah.
So to me, that says that that van only went 60 miles. So you have to count in that some of those 60 miles were to get it back to where it was left, So it's not like she was taken 60 miles away. Like the number is somewhere in between. So based on like just that information, this is just like a computer AI putting it in. It said that like based on math, and this also like, so say that somebody did something to Catherine and they took her somewhere and they left her somewhere, then they took the van and left it. That doesn't mean that they didn't automatically get into another vehicle and go out and then remove like wherever they had her, So it's kind of a nothing burger, but considering that it looks like the crime happened in the van and then the van ended up somewhere parked and she wasn't in there, like she had to be left somewhere. AI says that it would probably be the most likely scenario, but she was taken 15 to 25 miles away. And it said that it's most likely west toward Brookville or rural Saline County edges or the southwest part. And then it says that the second most likely place that she would have been taken was the Smoky Hill Riverbanks, based on access points and nearby low-lying areas. So like, to me, like that's just like asking a computer based on like, just you do the math, where would it be? And again, if any of that was, and this is just, just AI is just kind of using like what would make the most sense. She could have been moved 10 minutes after they dropped the van off. But like, I've always thought that 60 miles thing was definitely a very important part of the puzzle, as far as that day where they left her, or whoever the perpetrator was, wherever they left her.
I've got questions about where it was left. I've got questions about the van itself, as far as were they able to get any prints off any of the door handles, whether it be the back of the van, the driver's side door of the van, off the steering wheel. Um, and the location that was left over there on the north side of Russell's, which would obscure it from being seen at the truck stop on the south side of Russell's. But there's still a hotel and stuff even further north behind where the van was left. It makes me also wonder, as far as how did the person that left it there leave? Did they have somebody waiting there for them? Did they perhaps plant a vehicle there? Did they plant the vehicle there, walk to the cook shop, hide in her van, ride out there with her, unbeknownst to her, until they got there and attack her there, and then do their driving around or whatever, then drop the van off and then jump back in their own car and leave? Did they just walk away from the restaurant? Were they a truck driver? Did they have a semi parked around on the south side of Russell or something? Maybe. I mean, there's just so many questions.
Yeah.
So many questions. You have no idea. I really don't.
Yeah. I do think that there's a lot, like, it's whoever is responsible, like they did a good job in the sense that obviously they haven't been found, their plan hasn't been spoiled, they haven't been found out in over 30 years. But I feel like they left a lot of clues, like you're talking about. Like, again, it hasn't been solved, but like you have a crime scene, you have 60 miles, you have mud, like, just like, that's just a lot of stuff like that. You can, that where, I think, granted, she could have had mud on her van before any of this happened, but just based on what happened, what the inside of the van looks like, those detectives were like, that mud is a significant, like, they took her somewhere off the road. Like, and obviously, like, I think most people, you wouldn't want to take, if you did something like that and you had to hide something like that, you wouldn't just drive on like a cement road and just pull over in like a nice parking lot. It's like, you obviously, but like, to me, like, there's a lot of information. It's an information overload, but there's a lot of information when it comes to Catherine Adams. What, the story there.
Yeah, and we've alluded to the fact that far left-hand picture on the flyer was taken by a security camera in quick shop as she was backing out the door to go back out to her van. She had her newspaper in one hand, coffee in the other hand. And back then, of course, like say 1993, that was before security cameras were everywhere. So they didn't have to worry about that back then in 1993 about all these outside cameras like there are now. Every business has cameras on the inside and outside now. Back then, that just wasn't a thing. Bookshop, I'm surprised Bookshop had a camera back then, to be honest. But
and it's actually a decent photo. That photo you're talking about, that's a haunting. That's like one of the most haunting pictures I've ever seen in my life. Not even joking. Like, just from doing this show with you, like the first time you showed that flyer, I kind of explained to you. To me, she looks like just like, I'm not a body language expert, but just the fact that she backed out of the door, to me, I'm probably reading too into this, but to me, the first time I saw that picture, it looked like, to me, like, in my brain, I was like, the only reason that she would back out of the door like that is because, like, I think that she was somewhat content. Like, maybe she knew the cashier, or maybe she was it looked like she was like having a pleasant time. Like, she was like, whoever was in there, she was like saying goodbye, like, hey, not like, she knew what was going to happen, but like, almost like, like me, if I'm in like a city like as big as Salina and I go to Quick Shop, like, there's no way I'm backing out the door because there's no way I know a soul in that building. You know what I mean? But like, she was from there. I feel like she's pretty famous in Salina because of her van. Like, everybody probably at least knew the van before any of this happened. So I think it would be easier for people to even strike out if she has legs, logo on any of her clothing. I think she would be somebody that it would be easy to strike up a conversation with. That van is almost like is like the Dumb and Dumber dog van. Like like the van, her van is very like it sticks out like a sore thumb. She's got legs, So to me, like just the quality of that, because to me, like that picture kind of blew my mind. Like she looked like she was happy and like not afraid. She was just like, "Well, see you all tomorrow," which obviously wasn't going to happen. But the quality of that gas station, that's still from a gas station security camera in '93 that's a pretty good camera. Whoever, whatever company that is, they should have all been that clear.
Yeah. Kind of give you an idea. I'm not sure how many cameras that particular quick shop had back then, but the quick shop across the street from me over here, they just put in 16 new cameras because they had issues with being robbed, so they put in 16 new cameras. So yeah, cameras just were not a thing in 1993. Very rarely did businesses have cameras. I was surprised they did. But they probably had to. They probably had people stupid try to rob them. I don't know. Let's see. I think we were ready for Dana Bruce's flight. Do you believe?
Yep. Sorry, I got you right here.
Yeah. We have the hers and one more. And this is Dana Jane Bruce, missing from Sedalia, Missouri since October 4th, 2008. 23 when she was missing. She's now 40. 5'2", 98 pounds, brown hair, green or hazel eyes. She was last seen at her children's babysitter's home in Sedalia. She left the children there earlier that day so she could go out for the evening. She returned at midnight and gave the babysitter more money and asked her to watch the children for the rest of the night. She was last seen at Malone's Bar on Main Street with a young man driving a late model. Was originally believed to be red, but it's actually a green Ford F-150 truck earlier on the night of her disappearance. She left with that man at 11:30. Police have identified the man she was with on the night she vanished. He traveled to Atlanta, Georgia after her disappearance, and police questioned him about Dana after he was arrested there on unrelated charges of marijuana possession and driving on a suspended license. Authorities have not named him publicly, but they are calling him a person of interest in her case. He told his questioners that he and Dana parted ways after they left the bar and never saw her after that. She left all her belongings behind, including her hairbrush and toothbrush. She doesn't have any credit cards, debit cards, checking account, cell phone, or a car. Again, she was 23 when she went missing. She's now be 40. 5'2", 98 pounds. Had brown hair that was colored brown at the roots and black at the ends with red highlights and green or hazel eyes. She was last known to be wearing a black shirt with the word Rebel and silver lettering on the front and blue jeans. She has a tattoo of a teddy bear with wings in the name Dylan on her upper left arm. She's blind in her left eye. She has a 2-inch scar along her lower spine and a stipple scar on her right shoulder. Her ears are pierced one time each. If you have any information regarding Dana's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Sedalia, Missouri Police Department at 660-827-7823 or 660-826-8100. The Missouri State Highway Patrol at 573-526-6178. or 866-362-6422, or Private Investigator Leslie at 910-427-0070, and see what we can do to get Dana located and back to where she needs to be. A lot of information on her flight.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like that there's a lot of information. And this is Andrew and Nicholas France. This is an interesting one, too. Missing from Sedalia, Missouri since April 20th, 2023. He was 31 when he was missing, now 33. 5'11", 175 pounds, blonde hair, blue eyes. The day he left that day from the residence he was staying at in Sedalia, Missouri, driving a white 2019 Ford Escape with the Florida license plate number AV13NF. Later in the day at 4:26 p.m., he got a traffic citation from the police in Kansas City, Missouri. He's never been heard from again. On April 24th, 2023, his vehicle was found in the Taco Bell parking lot in Excelsior Springs, Missouri, and towed, but there was no sign of him at the scene. His wallet and 2 important hoodies were missing from his vehicle. Since his disappearance, there's been no activity on his food stamp card or social media accounts. He does have a tattoo on his neck of a mountain scene and a bighorn sheep in black and gray ink, which you can see down there on the bottom right. Let's see, he does have an angel in black ink on his left shoulder, tattoos of writing on both forearms, and tattoos on his hands. He's last known to be wearing a blue t-shirt with an American flag, blue jeans, dark gray Skechers shoes, and a baseball cap. If you have any information regarding Andrew's disappearance, so you know of his whereabouts, please call the Excelsior Springs, Missouri Police Department at 816-630-2000 or Missouri State Highway Patrol at 573-526-6178 or 866-362-6422. And so we do to get Andrew located and back to where he needs to be. I would be curious to know what those two important hoodies were. I mean, what made them so important? What kind of designs did they have? Did they say something special on them? I'd like to have more information on that. I haven't been able to find any, but I would like to have more information. It might be worth having to put out there because maybe somebody might remember seeing somebody else with a hoodie that might have whatever it is on it that might make it special or important. That's, I don't know, maybe somebody can supply us with that information. This one. Wait and see. I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah, right. Says, thank you for sharing Dana and Andrew's flyers. You're welcome, Ellen. And like I say, Ellen, I'd really be curious as what those two important hoodies were, what made them important. Was there specific messages on them, pictures on them? I'd like to be able to find that information out. I think it would help. Anyways, well, thank everybody for joining us tonight and hanging with us while we went through these cases tonight. As usual, we always have quite a few, and I know I repeat some of them, but I feel like some of them are worth repeating because of the circumstances of their disappearance, like with Demetrius Manetra with his cell phone being found in somebody else's possession, and his asthma inhaler that he doesn't leave behind found on a stranger's porch, things like that. Making a very spooky case. It just doesn't sound right. So anyway, thank you all again for joining us. And that was the Heavenly Father. Thanks for bringing us together tonight to go over these cases. I just want to pray that we can help unlock some information on any of these cases to try to bring some closure to them, bring some folks home, and solve some unsolved homicides we're recovering. Just want to thank everybody for being here, and thank you for blessing us with the people that are here to watch with us every week. Until we see each other next week, everybody stay safe. God bless. Have a good night. Amen.
Amen.